John Hope Bryant, Love Leadership, the New Way to Lead in a Fear-Based World. Immerse yourself in the world of love leadership, where John Hope Bryant shares his insights on the new paradigm in fearless business leadership. Discover the power of love and compassion as driving forces in this modern era, and learn how Bryant defied all odds to establish Operation Hope, America's first nonprofit, social investment banking organization dedicated to financial literacy for the underprivileged. In this summary, you will be introduced to Bryant's upbringing, the lessons he learned, and his revolutionary 5 laws of love leadership. Get ready to challenge the conventional norms of fear-based leadership and embrace a transformative approach that builds long-term relationships and fosters genuine growth.
Turning financial illiteracy into financial empowerment. John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, started America's first nonprofit, social investment banking organization to teach financial literacy to the poor. The organization's goal is to convert check-cashing customers into banking customers, renters into homeowners, and dreamers into entrepreneurs. Bryant believes short-termism, greed, laziness, and selfishness are the issues with modern business. With 9 Hope banking centers, the organization aims to empower people to take control of their finances. Poor people spend $10 billion per year on high-interest and high-fee financial services, which prey on their financial illiteracy. Bryant's mission is to create a world where financial illiteracy does not perpetuate poverty. Bryant's 5 Laws of Love. Bryant, through his career, has developed 5 laws that he believes are the foundations of love leadership. Overcoming financial illiteracy. Bryant's parents had limited education but worked hard and purchased an 8-unit apartment. However, due to financial illiteracy, they lost everything. After inheriting his mother's financial literacy and his father's work ethic, Bryant learned the value of smart financial decisions. He realized that being open can attract open-minded people, and ignoring problems doesn't make them disappear. With his mother's guidance, he learned to sell and save, and vowed to never be poor. From child actor to homelessness. At age 15, Bryant enrolled in Hollywood Professional School, thinking it was for businessmen but it was for child actors. He got small acting gigs by age 17 and earned thousands of dollars a week. However, he spent more than he earned on renting a Malibu beach house with another celebrity. After trying his hand at entrepreneurship and failing every time, his concert promotion business flopped at age 18, leaving him homeless. He had to move into his black Jeep Montero, parked in a deserted lot behind an old Italian restaurant in Los Angeles. This loss became an opportunity for strength. According to Bryant, delivering bad news and admitting mistakes as soon as you become aware of them is one of the most powerful ways to show vulnerability. Turning loss into leadership. Overcoming loss can create great leaders, but there are only 3 ways to react: give up, use a coping mechanism, or learn and grow. The first 2 response options are temporary measures that never lead to long-term success. The skills that make a great leader come from inside: integrity, wisdom, confidence, vulnerability, joy, passion, compassion, and intuition. Fear is a major hindrance to success, but acknowledging your feelings and using your pain to create something good can lead to personal growth and ultimately, success. This idea is exemplified by the story of actor Bryant, who turned living in his car into gaining steady acting jobs by creating opportunities and persevering. From adversity to prosperity. A determined man overcomes hardships and starts a mission to empower poor people financially. Bryant was poised to work on equity loans on his new job, even though he knew it was an unethical practice that cost his family their home. He sought a way out and proposed working on a 50-50 split on commission in the company's new real estate lending division. Although he failed the California real estate test 3 times and made no revenue in his first year, he persisted. In his second, third, and fourth years, he brought in $9 million, $15 million, and $24 million in transactional revenue, respectively. He bought out his division in 1991 to start his company, the Bryant Group companies. In the midst of violence that erupted in the streets of LA in 1992, Bryant sought counsel from his pastor, who advised him to use his business skills to assist South Central LA heal. That's how Operation Hope came into existence. Bryant set up the organization as a partnership of government, the community, and the private sector to assist the less fortunate to gain financial literacy and life skills. Fear, according to Bryant, is a lazy offspring that takes no work or intelligence. It is possible to overcome it, as he did. Bankers Bus Tour. The Bankers Bus Tour in South Central LA began with 18 CEOs on board. The tour aimed to create an opportunity for banks to offer reasonable, fixed rates that could enable more people to own homes. The riots had damaged properties worth $5 billion, but none were homes. At the time of the tour, only 35% of African Americans owned homes in South Central, while 65% rented. The Bankers Bus Tour has now grown to include 10 chartered buses, 700 bankers, and government officials, with the aim of creating more homeowners, more equity, and a more prosperous community. Fear-based leadership. The book discusses fear-based leadership, a common practice in today's businesses, where leaders use fear as a motivator instead of love. Examples include Henry Ford II, who constantly made employees fear termination, and Scott Rudin, who was known for firing 250 assistants in 5 years. Fear-based leaders use aggressive behavior such as blaming, criticizing, and accusing others while taking credit for their work. In contrast, leaders who use love-based leadership create a positive environment that inspires people to work hard and feel valued. The author argues that fear-based leadership leads to short-termism, high turnover, and low profits. The book highlights that love-based leadership helps companies achieve long-term success by focusing on the growth and development of employees. The author compares the circulation of currency to the circulation of love, emphasizing that without circulation, love has no value. The book provides a unique perspective on leadership styles and encourages readers to re-examine their approach to leadership. Long-term growth through love-based leadership. Successful leaders prioritize caring for others and building meaningful relationships for long-term growth. Fear-based leadership may bring short-term success, but love-based leadership is crucial for sustained wealth. Influential leaders like Bill Gates, Ted Turner, and Richard Branson have achieved their riches partly by helping others. Building strong relationships requires treating employees, customers, and vendors with respect and mutual benefits. Many leaders mistake networking for building relationships, but this approach is often one-sided and transactional. In contrast, building relationships often involves investing time and effort to connect with others. While business functions differently in other countries such as Japan, where relationship building can take weeks or months before conducting transactions, all leaders can benefit from prioritizing meaningful relationships in their long-term growth strategies. As one successful leader notes, life isn't about making more money, it's about making better decisions with the money you made. Vulnerability and leadership. Great leaders acknowledge their mistakes and embrace vulnerability, even during tough times. This concept is exemplified through John Hope Bryant's leadership of Operation Hope. During the financial crisis of 2008, Bryant faced a $1 million revenue shortage, and rather than accepting tainted funds from a credit card company with a questionable reputation, he chose to maintain Operation Hope's integrity by turning down the $650,000 offer. Instead, he agreed to work with the company on a consulting basis to improve their ethical practices. Despite the risk of losing valuable funding, Bryant's decision was supported by his board members, and Operation Hope was able to meet its budget while preserving its reputation. This illustrates the importance of honesty, accepting responsibility, and embracing vulnerability when leading others. Give your best to get the best. At Operation Hope, a nonprofit that serves lower-income communities, the key to retaining employees lies in giving. Leaders show up and ask, "What can I do to help you do your job?" This sense of purpose and servant leadership inspires employees to give their best in return. It's a powerful lesson that applies to any organization, give your best to your employees, and they'll give their best to you. Taking from others may seem like a shortcut, but it always costs more in the long run. Doing good for others is always good business.
In conclusion, Love Leadership presents a groundbreaking perspective on business leadership, urging you to abandon the fear-based mindset and embrace love-driven leadership focused on compassion and impact. By understanding and applying Bryant's 5 laws of love leadership, you can revolutionize your own approach and make a difference in the world. It reinforces the importance of financial literacy and underscores the significant role businesses play in empowering underserved communities. Remember the power of vulnerability, building long-term relationships, and being truly present for your employees and partners. The essence of this compelling narrative is that doing good for others is always good business and paves your way to long-lasting success.